This video production is sponsored by RD Sales and Service Limited. We service what others sell. For all mechanical repairs, trust our professionals. RD Sales and Service is a proud sponsor of the number 17 Super Truck and Sprint Car.
To Shane's outside, the 4th spot. The 04 is Wayne Grosky. Inside row 3, the driver, the 22, a rookie in the truck division. This is Danik Picton. Outside on row 3, the 73R, Mr. Excitement, Rennie Paluco. Inside row 4, it is Mark Zondag in the 67. To his outside, the R&D Sales number 17, Tavia Dorge. And on the back, tonight it is Scott Brown driving the 1 for Dynasty Bathrooms. That is your super truck main event lineup. Oh, the girls had the panic button pressed. I thought it was something serious. It's a moth flying around up here. Oh, boy. Oh, what a bunch of girls. Oh, but there's Darren, Mr. Muscle. He put that moth out of its misery. Atta boy, Darren. You can call on Darren anytime if you got troubles.
That'll teach him.
Oh, you bet it will. Won't see him again until the lights go out. All right, we're going green for Dynasty Bathrooms. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, Mr. Excitement got somebody's attention over there. Tow trucks rolling in the pit area already. We got trucks facing all kinds of directions. Oh, I forgot. Depression is a chemical flaw and not a character flaw. At Imagine Mental Health, they have the tools and resources available so that you can start the conversation with your family and healthcare provider. You're crazy not to talk mental illness. Visit imagementalhealth.com for more information. Who, Tina? Tina from Dynasty Bathrooms. Could you please report to the washroom? No, report to the judges' stand, please. Tina from Dynasty Bathrooms. And don't forget, you can host your staff party at Red River Co-op Speedway. Receive group discounts on tickets and a chance for one member to race the media car and special seating. You can contact us at 582-0527 or info@thespeedway.ca for more detail.
This video production is sponsored by RD Sales and Service Limited. We service what others sell. For all mechanical repairs, trust our professionals. RD Sales and Service is a proud sponsor of the number 17 Super Truck and Sprint Car.
The BP Group, Sun Valley RV, Kennedy Flooring, and Keewatin Truck Service. That is a few of our sign sponsors. We want to say thanks to those folks. Don't forget, if you'd like to have a family or company function here, just get in touch with us. info@thespeedway.ca, or you can call the Speedway office, 582-0527, and come on out and have some fun with your group. You could get one of the group. You could even draw from all your group members to drive one of the media cars at intermission. That could be a big fun. And we'd like to say thank you to Abel Crane, Johnson Waste Management, Assiniboia Downs, Darren Palin Productions, Cal Tire, 92 City FM, Miller Genuine Draft, Schneider's, Paradigm Homes, Destination Winnipeg, Accurate Scale, and Arctic Cat. Well, we have, boy, we got a bit of a mess up there, Darren. What a great time to reload the beverage.
Absolutely. Or grab a cheeseburger.
I had one already. I was kind of looking for a drink, though.
You want one?
Well, you're not doing anything. I mean, what the heck?
When am I?
Yeah, well, Blair always tells me he's going to bring me a Diet Pepsi every night, and he never does.
How come he brings one to Dale?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
if I
Dale
just-
McEwen went to the well, and the well was empty.
Well, no, he's
Oh,
drinking
it's-
caffeine-free.
Got
I
his
guess
own
he doesn't
step.
want to stay awake.
Well, some would argue, Pat, that oftentimes he's not.
You missed that one. Hey, we got Mr. Excitement down front checking in to get his nose job finished. Well, we're slowly getting them going over there. Oh boy, look at this. Speaking of a drink, here's Larry Nebel.
Guys, it's been so long since I had a Smirnoff Ice at the Speedway. Okay, the last time I was here. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
I heard you had one before your race tonight.
You know what? That was the old days, but nowadays, well, no.
You know, I can remember when you used to own the place. We used to sit up here and do our job. Of course, you were always buzzing around, going here or there, putting out fires. But one thing I remembered, once the work was done, you'd shower about 7:30, get duded up, and then the Mike's Hard Lemonade would start. In a semi-automatic succession, as I recall.
Well, you know what, guys? You know what? Again, I have to thank the people I had working with me. You know what? My job was to make sure the show was ready to go. But you're right. When
And
that
it was.
7:30 hit, you know what? It was too late. If it wasn't ready by then, we're not going to be ready ever. So you know what? You're right. You know what? It was. We rode it through and we had some fun.
Well, we certainly did have some fun. One night we were talking about recently was the night, I don't know, you can refresh my memory because it may have been the start of a season. I came up here in my motorhome from Grand Forks. It was a Saturday, I believe. I drove up here, I looked over here, and where we're sitting right now, there was a flat floor and nothing else. Honestly, it was on piers like it is now, but it was a flat floor, not a counter, not a wall, not a window. And that day, we had a booth.
Well, you know what, Pat? There is a funny story that goes with that one. Yeah, it was back when the after the flood, all the buildings got wiped out down below. We ended up having to lower the hill because we had to flood-proof the place. The hill actually right now is only about 2 feet higher than the actual flood zone that you guys stand on up here. So there was no tower, there was nothing up here, and I had a friend of mine that. I said,
will remain nameless.
yeah, we'll leave nameless, but I just said to him, I said that, you know what, we need an announcer booth. I don't care. We just need a couple of walls. We need
Was this the same day?
This was the same day. So that morning I says to him, I says, we need an announcer booth. I says to him, I says, if you can get it done today, it's all the beer you can drink.
Well, I know he got it done because I was sitting in it.
You know what? Needless to say, he did it. It was completely done, and I can't tell you how many beer he drank that. Well, okay, maybe I will, but I think
You
it was
can't
in.
count that.
Yeah, well, I think it was in the 40s if I remember. So,
Oh my goodness! I thought I was a professional. That's pretty good.
but yeah, you're right. You know what? You guys were sitting out there, and I remember. I think it was Norm King saying to you, "Hey, Pat, it looks like you're announcing out of the back of the pickup truck." So,
Yeah, and by the end of the night, unbelievably, he was putting the windows in it at about 7:20, and sat the windows in place and nailed them up. And I mean, it wasn't deluxe, but we were in business.
well, you know what? We did what we had to do back then, you know, and it was the show must go on, and you know, somehow we pulled it all off, despite all the odds, the weathers, the floods, and you know what? Like I say, if I look back, I wish I could remember some of it, but you know it.
Well, you can remember right up to 7:30 every night.
Yeah.
After that, it gets a little fuzzy.
But yeah, it was a good time, that's for sure.
Well, and the racing was good. I mean, I can remember back then we used to have, there was 20 some streets. There was 20 some supers. Am I imagining?
No,
this?
no, you're not. We used to actually run B features for all three
Yes,
classes:
that's
street
right.
stocks, super stocks, and modifieds. The trucks back then, there was probably a dozen, 14 trucks. They never really got a whole lot more than that, maybe 16. But yeah, we used to run B features for 3 classes. We used to start 28 street stocks in the A main, and that was with about 7 or 8 that didn't qualify. Supers and mods, I believe we started around 22, somewhere around there.
24,
Yeah, yeah. In the A main, yeah, there was it was some unbelievable racing back then.
It certainly was. I'll tell you, it was unbelievable. Now, what do you think the big difference is? Because car counts are suffering everywhere, and I know there's lots of comments, and people think that it's the economy, it's the price of gas, it's the price of everything. What are your thoughts on it?
You know, it's cost period, cost of racing. You know, it's my belief way back then was, you know, you got to keep that cost of racing down. Do what you have to do to keep it affordable. Because let's face it, nobody out here is doing this for a living. This is strictly just a fun sport thing. And you know, we used to have the enduro races, knock the glass out, kind of go racing kind of thing. Street stocks, we tried when I first brought that class in. Yeah, you know, and keeping that cost of that class down. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, because right now you think about it, if you want to go racing right now, I don't know, what do you need, $10,000 to go racing, you know? Yeah, yeah.
No, absolutely not. For 10 grand, you couldn't win. You're right.
So, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. There's probably a ton of people in these stands right now want to go racing, but it's just not feasible. So, yeah, you need to have a cheap, affordable, beginner class, fun class, call it whatever you want, and let them just go have some fun, you know what? And you know, the other thing is keep your car classes down. You know, keep your classes to, you know, 4 or 5 classes, and try to keep as many cars in each class as you can, so you don't have as many people cherry picking the classes, right? So you got only 4 or 5 to choose from.
Well, there's advice from a guy that had it going on back in the day. We just couldn't win with the weather, and some giant-sized things that just didn't go. Weather was the undoing of Larry Nebel and Victory Lane Speedway. It was.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And you know, Larry's been called a lot of things over the years, mostly positive, but I got to call him a genius. He was the guy that actually brought open-wheel sprint cars back to the Speedway. I believe it was 95, so it was always good to see the sprint cars and participate in that stuff in the mid-90s.
Well, I mean, nobody, I'll tell you one thing no one ever called him. They never called him fearless. Or, I mean, he never called him fearful, rather. He was fearless. He'd try anything. And, you know, I mean, that's one of the reasons we're sitting here today, is guys like him over the years.
You know, Pat, we're talking about the sprint cars. I don't know if everybody remembers this, back when we brought the NCRA sprints here.
Yeah.
I believe it was the second year. 35 sprint cars showed up this racetrack. And I don't know how many they had here when the World Outlaws were here and stuff like that. But I just remember Gary Wright on this track. We had her tacked up real fast, and it was an unbelievable show. And yeah, that was back in, I'm going to say, what, 90, maybe 8? Somewhere around there, 97, 98.
Gary Wright is still racing, believe it or not. He's racing, though, on the limited schedule, the 360 sprints, not the 410s.
Wow. I remember him called this the, similar to the Devil's Bowl. Is that what he used to refer to? Yeah, he loved this track, so.
Well, thank you, Larry, for that insight. We're about to go back to racing here for Imagine Mental Health and Dynasty Bathrooms. 1 lap officially in the book. 14 remain on the Pepsi-Cola lap board. Dynasty Bathrooms number 2 with the restart lead. We are going green. Here we go.
Jamie Vernaus rockets out to the lead. Looking good in the Dynasty Bathrooms. Joey's only number 2. We've got 2 laps down now, 13 to go. Jamie Vernaus has only lost 1 feature event in 2013 right here at Red River Co-op Speedway. And right now he is leading yet another one. Well, the 1 moving into the 2nd spot now. The 2 in the number 1 spot. The number 1 in the 2nd spot. 3rd spot is the 29 of Holden. Good battle between Tavia Dorge right now and the number 5 of Glenn Manning. Tavia Dorge in the RD Sales and Service number 17, currently running 4th. And she is moving through the field. This time around, your race leader, Jamie Vernaus, will see 9 laps to go. 8 to go now here in the Super Truck division. Jamie Vernaus laying a whooping on his competitors here. In the Dynasty Bathrooms, Joey's only, Ambrosi number 2. He has got over a straightaway lead. This time around, 6 to go. '22 stopped at the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. He is being scored in the final spot here. Well, yellow flag coming out onto the racetrack now. Looks like the 22 getting rolling over in turn number 1 and 2. That, of course, is Danik Picton, the rookie in the 22. Well, tightening things up now, Pat. I don't know if you had a chance to look when you were talking to Larry Niebel, but the 2 of Jamie Vernaus had an insurmountable lead. Huge.
Well, that's good. We're going to get them all on the same side of the track because the fun thing is to watch somebody race, not run away. Now, I got a couple trivia questions here. I got a prize courtesy of Salon 421 in Ile-des-Chênes. Full service salon, a gift certificate from there, haircut and style with Cassandra. To the first person up to the west end of the judges stand that can tell us what we used to call, I don't know what we call it now, what we used to call the liquor vendor over there. Okay, it had a definite name.
All right, what did we used to call the liquor vendor many years ago? For a gift certificate, courtesy of Salon 421. Green flag is out. We are racing. Jamie Vernaus is the leader. Scott Brown is second in the 1. Brown takes a run at the number 2, but can't make the pass. Here comes the 29. That is Shane Holden. 4th is the number 5 of Glenn Manning. Once again, Jamie Vernaus in the Dynasty Bathrooms. Joey's only number 2 pulling away. We have 5 to go.
So I'll give you a hint. Oh, maybe we have a winner here. Hold on.
Glenn Manning in the LD Electric number 5 sliding into the 3rd spot. He is looking good now. Glenn Manning started 2nd and is now working on 2nd spot, Scott Brown. Manning doing a nice job holding the LD Electric number 5 to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Scott Brown on the outside, but the 5 pulling away. Wow. Heads up in turn 4. Tavia Dorge with a great job avoiding the Dynasty Bathrooms number 1 of Scott Brown. A nice piece of driving from the RD Sales and Service number 17 of Tavia Dorge. Almost piles into the 1, but Pat, great job by our only female driver in the Super Truck division.
Hey, we got a winner with Stacy Shooter Shack. And we had a winner. Right, full service hair salon, Salon 421 in Ile-des-Chênes. Now, we have 1 free oil change from LDN Auto. That's Larry Niebel's Auto Repair in Ile-des-Chênes, Manitoba, right on Main Street. And I'm going to give this oil change to the first person at the west end of the booth with the correct answer to the following question. What was Larry Niebel's race car number back when he used to race? Heard someone yelling.
That was Larry. Oh, here,
He
we might
doesn't
have a
remember?
winner. We might have a winner. Green flag is out. We are super truck racing. 4 laps remaining. Glenn Manning now can take a run at the number 2 of Vernaus, but no, he can't as Vernaus gets a great drive off turn number 2. Jamie Vernaus in the Dynasty Bathrooms. Ambrosi, Joey's only number 2, is your leader with 3 laps to go. 3 to go. Glenn Manning doing a nice job. He started second, is currently second, but moved a little back in the field there earlier on in the race. But Manning back into the second spot. Third is the 29. That is Shane Holden, who started third. What'd you find out?
I found out that I had a couple of guesses on Larry's number that were both wrong. One guy had it halfway there. Larry Nebel's race car number, what was his number when he used to race for an oil change at LBN Auto? Close. On the white flag, Jamie Vernaus runs away with this one. Glenn Manning at second spot. Boy, they're kind of spread out kind of evenly there, aren't they? First, second, and third, quite a ways apart. The checkered flies for Jamie Vernaus. Well, that race is over, and Jamie Vernaus is the winner. Darren's heading down there right now to speak with Jamie in his post-race interview. These trucks must weigh no less than 2,800 pounds. So nobody knows Larry Nebel's race car number? Well, except Larry and Daryl Heinz, and Daryl used to work for Larry. That doesn't work.
31. Larry.
We might have... Oh, my goodness. You know, that was genius. Honestly, that was absolutely fantastic. It's too bad the weather didn't help you out. Darren, I got to go to work giving stuff away. You continue to wander around down there. I'll be right back.
All right, the King Insurance, Caroma, Dynasty Bathrooms, Astro Coven, Joey's Restaurants, Ambrosie's Lighting and Electrical, Emery Demolition, H&H Trailer number 2 pulling into victory lane once again. He is also sponsored by Western Turbo, and what a season this driver has had. He won the 2012 Points Championship right here at Red River Co-op Speedway in our 39th year of operation. Now in year 40, he has won every single feature this year except one. And once again, he is back in victory lane. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Vernaus. His dad started it all back here in 1973.
Darren, while we got a minute, I'd like to say thanks to one of Jamie's sponsors for keeping those trucks looking so good. Future Tint and Stripe do a great job.
All right, Jamie Vernaus, yet another win. Of course, Tavia Dorge picked up one feature win here in 2013. You have all the rest. What a dream season, now mid-season champion.
I was really hoping we could get this. It's a big night for us, especially for the family. I don't know, man. Got to thank the sponsors, Dynasty Bathrooms, Chroma Toilets, King Insurance, Emery Demolition, Joey's Fish, Ambrosi. You know, if it wasn't for their support, we couldn't be doing what we're doing.
All right, how about it, ladies and gentlemen? Your winner in the Super Truck division, Jamie Vernaus, making it an almost perfect season so far in 2013.
Well, Darren, congratulations to Jamie and his crew. We're going to go through the late model lineup right now. Guy that's fresh off a win at Williston Basin Speedway out in Williston, North Dakota in the Miller-powered Victory Circle. This is the 10 of Mike Balkin. To his outside, that is a Ben Adams-powered Millennium late model built by Dustin and his dad. That's Dustin Strand. Inside on row number 2, it's a McPhillips Toyota Emerson duty-free free hearing test. Toyota-powered Camry of Bill Mooney. To his outside, That is an MB custom chassis. There's only 2 of those cars within 500 miles of here, and they're both in this race. That is Brad Sang in the Signature Warehousing S&S Express entry. Inside, row number 3, with a fresh Pro Power under the hood and the Forks Finest Auto Body number 11, it's Troy Schill. To his outside in the Viert Landscaping, it's the 88 of Paul Viert. Inside row number 4, it's a 70